Hello students, lesson number 14, elements, compounds and the mixture. We have started this lesson and 3 lectures may be over of this. Now we will see the next part of the lesson, and that is this part we came here yesterday. Yesterday I told you the difference between the when we burn the coal. I shown you the video, and when we burn the magnesium ribbon, okay, that also I shown to you. So here in the first case, yesterday I told you what happens when we burn the sugar. The first case, sugar melts. Yes, sugar melts, then it loses water, leaving behind a black substance. This black substance is nothing but it is a carbon. What does this imply? How many elements of the sugar is made up of? So black substance remain, that is the carbon, and the water molecule, what happens? Water first it melts and it loses the water, they told you. So H2O means sugar is made up of carbon, hydrogen and the oxygen. C12, H22 and O11 is the formula of sugar. So sugar is made up of carbon, hydrogen and the oxygen. Now here so which elements it made up of? It made up of from the carbon, hydrogen and the oxygen. What does the name carbon dioxide imply? CO2. C for carbon, di means 2. Di means 2, of oxide means oxygen. So here it is, how many and which element is this substance made of? So in name only we are understanding that carbon dioxide means carbon and 2 means dioxide, means the carbon dioxide is made up of one atom of a sugar and 2 atoms of oxygen. They combine together and it forms the carbon dioxide. The substance formed by chemical combination of 2 or more element is a compound. What they told you, the substance formed by the chemical combination of 2 or more element is a compound. Just now I told you. So here one example we seen, that is C12, H22 and O11. This is also a compound of a carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and it is nothing but our sugar that we are eating when adding in the to add the sweetness to the food atoms. Then carbon dioxide, CO2. See, carbon and oxygen. Carbon dioxide is what happens, it forms the CO2 molecule, carbons 1 atom and oxygens 2 atoms come together and it forms the carbon dioxide. Now the next question is, so what is which of these compounds, which of these are compounds, which of the are elements of water, oxygen and carbon dioxide? So here water that is H2O. So here it is the wait, at that point I forgot to tell you, the substance formed by a chemical combination of 2 or more element is called as a compound. The substance is formed by chemical combination of 2 or more element is called as a compound. For example, C12, H22 and O11. Here this substance is there, it is made up of, it is a compound because here in these carbons 12 atoms, oxygens 22 atoms and hydrogens 22 and oxygens 1 atom is there. They combine together and it forms the one molecule of a sugar. And for CO2, 1 atom of a carbon and 2 atoms of a hydrogen, they combine and it forms the carbon dioxide. Now here it is the question given, which of these are compounds, which are elements? So here it is water. You know that water is a compound made up of the hydrogen and the oxygen. Oxygen generally, if we are taking single O, it is a element, but oxygen always present in O2 state. If we are writing it O2, it is a molecule, but when we are writing only O, then it is a atom. And next it is the carbon dioxide, that's CO2, and what happens, CO2 is a molecule, and elements means it is made up of one type of particles. Next question is what is the what is the smallest particle of a compound called? As we know that the smallest particle of an element is called as a atom. Just don't forget, the smallest particle of a sub element is called as an atom, and the smallest particle of a compound is called as a molecule. It is called as a molecule. So don't forget it. Smallest part of a atom element is called atom, and smallest part of a compound is called as a molecule. So here it is a given that always remember, the substance is a compound. A substance is a compound only if its molecules are made up of atoms of different types. When it is a means, here we see in the example of sugar, that is C12, H22 and O11, CO2. So these are made up of what? NaCl. These are the, if these substances are there, they are made up of what they told you, if only if its molecules are made up of atoms of different types. So here carbon, hydrogen, oxygen combine and it forms a sugar molecule. Carbon and oxygen's molecule come together, it forms carbon dioxide molecule, and sodium chloride come together, sodium and chloride come together and forms the salt molecule. So these are the molecules. Water is a compound, means H2O, because it is made up of one molecule of oxygen and two molecules of hydrogen. So one molecule of water is made up of from two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So this water is also a compound. Okay, clear all of you? So this is the definitions. So you have to learn the definition of the molecule. Next question, can you tell which element helps in combustion? Which element helps in combustion? As you know that without means when you were children, at that time you done the experiment. We have to take the water in this and put here the burning candle inside it. We have to put one burning candle inside it. Then you will notice that if it is a burning candle, then what happens when we put a glass, inverted glass on this candle, after some times you know that what happens, the candle off or extinguished or its burning stop. Why this happened? This burning was stopped. Why this was happened? The reason behind it, you also know that the oxygen which is present in the glass, it was finished, and that's why what happens, the candle off. So that is the reason. From this what we are saying, the air helps, air is there, in air oxygen is there and it helps for the burning. So which gas is there, helps for burning? The gas, the name of that gas is the oxygen, helps for burning. Does water help combustion? Water helps combustion. You know that whenever the fire get, because of the wood, otherwise any substance, then that fire we extinguish most. If it is not with the electricity, the fire is not getting because of the electricity, then this kind of fire we can off or extinguish by using the water. Means water doesn't help for burning. Now here it is what they told you, that we will see. Hydrogen is a combustible substance. The meaning of it is that when we are doing the experiment, hydrogen gas if we are taking, and if we take the burning matchstick in front of on that hydrogen gas, then that gas burns itself with pop sound. Okay, that gas is there, it burns itself with pop sound. Pop sound means how that in Diwali inside, how that small what we are saying, that fatake we are saying, it burns, it produces voice, that type of a voice, which burns with a pop sound, that hydrogen burns. Means oxygen, means from this what we are understanding, hydrogen is there, it is combustible, means it burns itself, and oxygen helps for burning. Yes, you know that both the gases, hydrogen is combustible, means it burns itself, and another it is the oxygen, it helps for the burning, Now the compound which is made up from this hydrogen and oxygen, that is H2O, that we are using to extinguish fire. Understood what I am going to say? I am trying to say to you. Hydrogen is hence for means hydrogen is combustible, means it burns itself. Oxygen is the substance which helps for burning, but the compound which is made up of from the hydrogen and the oxygen, what happens? We are using it to extinguish the fire. Okay, so here what I am going to say you, that is, in other words, what happens, the properties of hydrogen and properties of oxygen, when it combines to each other, totally changes. It totally changes. So here from this what we are is, at the time of formation of a compound, the original properties of a substances, what happens? Original properties of a substances are changing. So here it is given the properties. Here hydrogen is combustible substance, that is it burns. Oxygen helps for the combustion, but water, which is a form by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen, is used to extinguish fire. Extinguish fire, to off the fire. So in other words, the properties of a compound are different from those of the constituent element. What? The properties of hydrogen and oxygen are totally different, but the compound which is made up of from the hydrogen oxygen, that is H2O, its properties are different from their parents. Parents which are, who are the parents of water? Hydrogen and the oxygen. Okay, different from those of the constituent element, and these elements we are calling it as a constituent element. Now, like an element, a compound is also written in a bridged form. Which form? Bridged form. The molecule of a compound is formed by the chemical combination of atoms of two or more elements. Okay, just I told you the simple example of H2O or CO2. You will notice that the water molecule, it is made up of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. So that statement is given, a molecule of a compound is formed by the chemical combination of atoms of two or more element. So suppose we take the example of hydrogen, it is made up of two elements. Here written two or more elements. So hydrogen and oxygen are the two elements. If you took the example of the sugar, it is made up of three elements, that is C12, H22, O11. So sugar molecule is made up of from these three: carbon, hydrogen and the oxygen, and CO2 made up of from the two, that is carbon and oxygen. So two or more elements atom come together and it forms a compound, and therefore a molecular formula is used to represent a compound. Understood? How we are showing hydrogen with H, oxygen with O, lithium with the Li, gold with the Au, silver with the Ag. Same way the compounds also we are showing with the different its bridge form is there. What we say to it? Bridge form. Here it is written, a bridge form. A molecule of a compound is formed by the chemical combination of atoms of two or more elements. Therefore, molecular formula is used to represent a compound. Okay, a molecular formula of a compound is short form of its name. Written with the help of the symbols that we have already studied here. Some elements symbols are given here. Okay, if you see here, hydrogen's molecular hydrogen. Yes, so water, how we are writing? Two hydrogens are coming at the time of formation of the H2O, oxygen's O. So this is H2O. If we have to write the carbon dioxide, so C, that symbol of carbon C, and O2 means two oxygen. So in this way, by using this symbol, we are writing the molecular formula of a compound. Understood? So here it is given that molecular formula of a compound, therefore a molecular formula is used to represent a compound. A molecular formula of a compound is a short form of its name written with the help of symbols. Okay, which is the short form is H2O. Instead of writing the hydrogen oxide, otherwise calcium chloride, suppose if I want to write sodium, salt's name is, chemical name is sodium chloride. Sodium, S-O-D-I-U-M, sodium chloride, C-H-L-O-R-I-D-E, sodium chloride. Instead of writing such a long name, if we are writing NaCl, it is a short form we are using. Instead of writing the carbon dioxide, that is the CARBON, carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide, instead of writing the, if we are writing the CO2, the it becomes easy to understand, and it is a short form used for the writing. Means at the time of writing the chemical reaction, that CO2 H2O, if we are using such a names, then it becomes easy for us to study it. Okay, and the number with the help of symbol, and also from this carbon dioxide, otherwise if we have sodium chloride, we are not understanding that how many elements are present in, how many atoms are present. So it is easy, if we are writing the its molecular formula, then it is easy for us to understand how many atoms are present inside it. Okay, so that is the short or golden way find out the scientist to write the molecular formula for the different compounds. So compound is a short form of its name written with the help of the symbol and constituent element and the number of their respective atoms. Okay, so here today we are going to stop. The next part of the lesson we will see in our next lecture. Okay, thank you and have a good day.